who are we with today?
I'm Will.
I'm Ava.
Yeah. Okay. Which school are you guys from?
Killara.
Killara High.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Which year?
You're right.
Year 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are couples? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you. Good on you. I remember when I was year 8. It was my first time
Yeah.
or second. I forgot. Yeah. Is it getting earlier nowadays?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Year 6 now. Year
Maybe.
5.
I mean,
It can be, isn't it? It can be year 4 too. I'm not sure. Couple of years later, maybe year 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. So can you share with us like some real memorable moments, like the funniest things that you guys have in the school?
like at school,
Yeah.
I would say, just hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Like, I think going
also
on-
year 7 camp was also pretty
Yeah,
funny
camps
with
are
just people falling in the water, people staying up late for whatnot, and just all that fun sort of things you do at camp. Yeah.
Is that how you guys know each other?
No, we know each other from a school council.
School council,
leadership.
leadership council.
Yeah, that's also very fun.
Yeah.
Meeting people,
So
meeting other people.
you guys are in the
years.
student council,
Yeah.
right? You guys are like some sort of secretary or something, or
Oh, no, just members.
Yeah.
members in the council,
Yeah.
right? So what do you guys in the student council do in Killara
We
High?
organize events, fundraise.
Yeah.
Try and foster community in school.
Yeah. Thinking to be elected to be a president or something.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe in the
It's about
future.
now.
Yeah. You look like a presidential candidate, eh? Yeah. Now I say Donald Trump is very hit, so we thought, you look like the next
Next leader of the
leader of the world, Australia. Yeah. This one is Hillary Clinton. Yeah. So where's your favorite sport to study?
like at school.
Yeah, school. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Library.
Library?
Yeah, the library. I think the library is the main place where you can kind of
Because it's nice and quiet.
get into
Yeah.
the flow of things.
Yeah, get into the mindset and just study. Yeah.
So mindset is important. The mood,
Yeah.
isn't it? The mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys study together?
Oh yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Do you think like dating would help you guys to reinforce the study or?
I think it doesn't change much.
Yeah.
But it can help to have someone else to help you with making sure you know the work and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think having someone else to study with, really it takes away the monotony of it.
Yeah.
So you can have some fun, but you can also get your work done.
Yeah. So tell me genuinely, right? In Australian family, right? Does our parents support us to get our dating going and all that?
Maybe I think it depends on.
Yeah, it really depends on who it is, but
Yeah.
it's not for me at least. It's not like they go, no, you're not allowed to. It's just whatever.
Yeah. So as long as it doesn't disturb your studies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like in Australian school, right? Which subjects do you think as a year 8 student right now in Killara High that you find it the hardest, and how do you tackle it? Like which subjects you find it is the hardest?
I think some of the hardest, the ones where it's not so straightforward, like English.
Yeah.
Comprehension things, because with math, it's
Maths
Just learn the
is one
formulas.
answer, and it's one way of doing things, but English is very subjective. So
Yeah.
you kind of just have to, look at whatever the curriculum is and see, how to do it correctly and just approach it in one specific way.
How do you improve your English? Because you're like, let's say we are the first language are English. How do you ever improve in your English, or you just naturally do, or what do you do particularly to
I think-
ever
I think-
improving it?
being exposed,
Yeah.
being exposed to.
Definitely reading more, seeing different things.
Yeah.
Really helps, just yeah.
You can
Yeah.
learn. It's you can learn what the techniques are, but if you don't
See it in practice.
see it in practice, you can't really understand
Yeah.
what you're trying to write about.
Yeah. So what kind of techniques are we talking about that you think as English is English literature would be important? What kind of
Really, what the author is trying to convey there.
Yeah.
Like really
and
trying
what
to.
they're trying to express through what they're showing and the themes in which they're trying to like, why and what the purpose of the text is or whatever the play or whatever it is. Yeah.
So in the viewing it as a standpoint of an author to understand the passage and to respond to that question.
Yeah, it's like you have to. It's really important to maybe like read it and then have like study material so you can actually see what they're talking about,
Yeah.
because it can be hard to understand what what the author's trying to convey in
Yeah.
the text.
Yep. Fantastic. So like what kind of like as parents, right? We want to know what kind of study stress does a student in Australia has? What kind of like do you have any stress? To be honest?
I do because
Yeah.
I just want to achieve like what the greatest potential I could. I don't think for year 8 you don't need to, as it, like you get older, it probably will build more. But yeah, it's not too bad right now.
Mhm.
But it depends on if you're like really committed or you
Yeah.
just when it gets older. Yeah.
I think it depends. Like the culture kind of depends. Like there's a lot of people at our school who are very mark driven, and then there are some people that are not. Like it depends who you're kind of associating yourself with,
Mhm.
especially like before or after you get the marks back. That anticipation does build stress on a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think comparing themselves to others.
Yeah. So how do you manage the stress?
I think accepting what you get. Like you could try and say if I did this, I did that, but like you're not going to change your mark afterwards, are you? So you kind of have to accept it and just try and learn from it.
I think also taking breaks as well, like while studying, if you're stressed beforehand, is like taking breaks, making sure you're okay with it, and just studying efficiently as well and getting on top of it, because the stress builds more if you like don't study or don't think that you aren't prepared. So yeah.
Mhm. So what is your dream career in the future?
Dream career.
Any thought?
Something science related.
Yeah.
Something science related?
I haven't really thought too much about it, just trying
Yeah.
to see where things take it.
Yeah.
But definitely like something academic or something science.
Something science and academic. I can see you guys as super match. When you say something, and then you have a backup all the
Build on
time.
it,
Yeah, you got the essay going. As in like the paragraph is gonna feel like AI, artificial intelligence.
This is what we're learning in class.
Yeah, it's what you,
How to do this.
yeah, it's what you're learning in Australian school. Like you sort of say something, and then you got examples and
Yeah,
backups.
no, exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
Very true.
Very true, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how the logic goes.
How they want you to write things is kind of that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. So, like, lastly, how do you make sure that learning a new language, learning English, is fun, or ever improving it is fun, or it just never did
I mean,
to be fun?
it's like if you want to read, you have to like find something that you want to read.
Date
like
an Australian girl. Date an Australian girl.
Yeah. I
That helps,
try
isn't
and
it?
get like involved with the language.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna read something, read not what like obviously read what you're prescribed, but try and think about the interest you. Or like if you're learning it as a second language, like if you already read text in that language that you like,
Yeah.
then try and like find translations, because then you already know what the text's about.
Yeah.
So you can kind of understand the translation more.
Yeah. Good. So how do you like? Lastly, right? I mean, you can. Killara High has a lot of Asian students as
Yeah.
well. So how do you sort of like the Asian cultures is like study.
Yeah.
Aussie's cultures is ignition. Ignition is like having a little bit more fun.
Yeah, no.
So like how does the trend changing or ever changing or not changing at all? What do you think? Like how do you view about it? You feel there's a bit more competitive in the Australian community or?
I think so. I think it's like if you are friends, like
Yeah.
if you're multicultural and who you're friends with,
Yeah.
then you can get influences from them. Like you get influences from your friends.
You sort of like, oh, I value you because your brain is working very well in that way.
I value your opinion on what you're doing. Like if they're getting good marks and you're kind of seeing what they're doing.
I think it's also
So it's sort of like,
influenced by other people. It's like, oh, if they're getting really good marks, they're studying, then it's like, oh, maybe then I should do it too, you know. And I think it has changed, you know, that it's just, your own drive as well. It's
Yeah.
like not, it's like, do you want what, like, do you need the marks or not?
So when do you guys have that much drive to be successful, to be like getting good grades? Because you know, right? In primary school, a lot of Australian schools, like when you were in primary school, like so we sort of wandering around. You know, how do you fire yourself up? In terms of motivation.
I think it's just like, personally, it's the drive to just do well. It's like, oh, I want to be somewhere in life. I want to, you know, get somewhere in life. And it's just being like, I need, like, to just be as good as I can possibly be. So, yeah, that kind of just motivates me. It's just that, you know, wanting to be good.
Yeah. In terms of ever improving, just one last question is that, like, a lot of students have an issue about memorization, right? Memorizing, for example, new vocabularies, new formula, and things like that. How do you sort of how does Australian school teaches you to memorize, or how do you memorize things when it comes to cramming the exams? The exam is coming up. You really need to remember something.
I think applying what you're learning. I mean, obviously that makes so much makes sense. Like, but even though it's basic, like it's what you do. Like, if you're gonna learn a new like formula in math, it's doing like practice questions on it. And even though it's tedious, it's what's gonna happen. It's how you're gonna memorize it.
I also learn things by, like, you know, patterns, or like if a rhyme or something, you know, just that
A
kind
rhyme.
of sticks in your head, or, you know,
A song.
yeah, something just that will stick and you can
So
remember
you mean memorizing the memory as vocabularies could be like put it in a song.
Yeah, put
Yeah?
in a song or a little
Interesting.
rhyme, which can help, you know, just, you know,
Make it
memorize
fun.
it easier and make it fun, instead of just being this tedious sort of thing you're trying to memorize.
Wow. Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You guys are very, very helpful. Thank you.